It's Saturday, so that means it's time to continue our Batman Eternal weekly recaps. Before we get into the story of this issue, can I just say I absolutely love the art in this issue. It's like the 90s Robin series meets modern day Batman, and I love it. Now this is the 4th issue, which is the issue before what I call the point of no return. Now the point of no return is just something that I have, which is basically, if I read 5 issues of a comic book series in a row, that's it. I'm stuck reading it until it's finished, whether it gets good, whether it's bad, I will read the whole thing. It's a really bad habit. So this issue actually starts out with Batgirl beating up a bunch of thugs, and we have this back and forth between Batgirl and Jim Gordon's trial for bail. It turns out that Jim's appeal for bail has been refused, and he's going to be put in Blackgate Prison, where a lot of the criminals that he's helped lock up have been put. Barbara tries to defend her father, but she's basically told to shut up, and Jim Gordon is taken away. And it's a horrible, horrible scene and very, very emotional. I mean, look at that. Wouldn't you just want that blown up and put on your wall or something? That would be awesome. You could have it as like your own Batman, Batgirl mural in your house. Now this is what I absolutely love. Batman knows a lot about everything. He's Batman, but he does not know how to deal with a woman scorned. So he tells Batgirl to stop what she's doing, and she begins to walk away. And that is where he should have left this problem. But then Batman continues to push this issue, so Batgirl turns around and gives him 2 solid punches in his face. I love this because so many people look down on Batgirl and is like, oh, she's Batgirl, what does she know? Batgirl might not be Batman's equal in combat, but she's Batman's equal in everything else and his superior in other areas. Anyway, at the end of the scene, it's revealed that Jim is questioning his sanity and neither Batgirl or Batman want this to happen, so they both vow to save him. Next, we're back with Stephanie, and Stephanie is trying to get in contact with her mother to tell her mother everything that has happened to her. Stephanie's using a public telephone just in case one of the villains have the ability to tap into mobile phone calls, which is actually very smart. Stephanie's mother basically says, okay, tell me where you are and I will come to get you. You just have to stay exactly where you are. And Stephanie says, okay, mother, bye, and begins to walk away. At first you might be a little bit like, wait, why is Stephanie walking away? Why is she getting lost in Gotham City? But then we see a frame of Stephanie's mother getting in contact with Clue Master, and she is all like, Arthur, you have a problem. This is really deviating from Stephanie's origin story in the old continuity, but I actually think if this one is done right, it might be a little bit better. 2 things that I absolutely love about this page in particular, and the first thing is this panel. With the way that Stephanie's face is blacked out and the way the hoodie is fitting her, it looks a lot like her old spoiler costume. And the second part is this watercolor painting right here. Watercolors really do lend themselves to Gotham City, and this is a prime example of it. Lots of people complain about when comics use watercolors, but it's so impressive to other artists that read comics. Also, I'm all about mixing different art mediums together in comic books, and this is a prime example of how to do it right. Next, we go to the police station, and Jason Bard is talking to Commissioner Forbes, and Jason is all like, right, we need to go after Pig because he's been missing, and we need to go after Penguin because he's trying to start a gang war. But then Forbes is all like, no, you're just the new guy, you don't know what you're doing. We have to go after Batman. Everyone just focus on Batman and forget everything else. I know I keep saying it, but with the way Jason keeps clashing with Forbes, I really do feel like he's gonna become a vigilante. With the way that the story is going, if he doesn't become a hero, I will be very, very surprised. Next, we have a scene between Batman and Falcone, and I honestly feel like this was the worst scene in this entire issue. It just fell face first. I get the intention of this scene, but I would have liked to have seen a much more interesting character interaction. I really feel like this scene's downfall was the scripting. I would have liked to have seen a bit more intrigue in this scene, like maybe Falcone is so confident in his plans that he reveals his plans to Batman but in a way that Batman cannot do anything with the information. That would have been so good. This scene really just did fall flat for me, which is a shame because it had such great potential. It's the first time that we've seen Batman interact with Falcone in the New 52. Then we go to the Batcave and we see Batgirl using the Batcomputer. And Batgirl is trying to suss out a reason as to why her father did what he did, because she and Batman both believe Jim Gordon is innocent, but Batgirl is just jumping to all kinds of conclusions. Bruce is really trying to get Barbara to see the light, to understand that she is just jumping to all kinds of conclusions and that she is too emotionally involved with this investigation to do it properly. Barbara obviously doesn't agree and she basically says, "No, Bruce, I will do my investigation and you do yours." Now this is just me, but I think Barbara is making a lot of silly mistakes while there's a gang war going on. A gang war with guns. Guns that have bullets. Bullets that could go into your spine. No, but seriously, I really do think that Barbara is going to take another bullet to the spine and... No, but really, because Stephanie is back and because there's a gang war going on, I do really feel like Barbara is going to take another bullet to the spine, become Oracle, and Stephanie is going to become Batgirl. Then we go to Blackgate and Jim meets his new cellmate and his cellmate basically says, "I would tell you to make yourself at home, but please don't last long here. They pretty much all get the death sentence." And then that is where the issue ends. Next issue, Nanobot Nightmare, which is actually my favourite issue so far. This is possibly one of my favourite issues so far. In terms of story, it was a little bit lackluster, but in terms of art, it is definitely the best one yet. Keep it up, team that works on Batman Eternal, because I know you can get the story down, and this art was fantastic. Keep it up. As always guys, if you do not have a comic book shop in your town, but you want to read Batman Eternal for yourself, I have put a link down below to mycomicshop.com to where you can pick up all the issues of Batman Eternal for yourself. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. What was your opinion on this week's issue of Batman Eternal? Please let me know in the comments down below, and also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more recaps, and also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, check out my Patreon, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.